Hello everyone, welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. As you can see, I've got a massive selection of Victorinox Swiss Army knives out in front of me, all different shapes and sizes, from the one layers to the smallest to the largest, customs, non-customs, from ones that aren't UK legal, unfortunately, to ones that are very UK legal. And today we're just going to be talking about why I think Victorinox Swiss Army knives are so good, collectible, readily available. I mean, they're just one of the easiest knives to collect, and they're always very reasonably priced within reason. Of course, you can have some of the bigger ones, which are going to be more expensive. Then you go down to the smaller ones, which are a bit least expensive, where you sort of start out your collection. But I thought I'd just do a run through of what we've got here, what I like about them, just why I think they're so great. So we're going to start off, I think, with the most basic of all, and this is the Floral. Now it's a 100mm. It's the only one that's that sort of size with this sort of shape. This one is in sort of blue nylon. You can see you've got the brass pins here. You've got 3mm, 3mm, and then I believe that's 2.2mm in the middle. Just one back spring, very simple knife, comes with one blade. And you can see you've got the tang stamp there, and this is chisel ground, so you can see it's only got an edge on one side. And these are very sort of basic. They're going to be perfect for sort of gardening use or a very nice lightweight EDC. They come razor sharp out of the box, and I mean, you can see if you can see that edge on there, if I can get the focus. There we go. And they're very, very budget friendly. You can pick these up for between £12 to £15 here in the UK from Amazon. I mean, you can get that with next day delivery. I mean, what more do you really want? You've got a really nice sheep's foot blade on there with a nice chisel grind, nice grind lines on the blade as well, and a nail nick. And the action is excellent as well. Nice snap on the open. What's more to love? So you've got like down to the real sort of simple work knife. Is it the best steel? No. Is it going to hold an edge for ages? No, not at all. But for something that you can pick up for £12 to £15, you get a full sort of, even with a larger hand, you can definitely get a full 4-finger grip on this. The nylon makes it nice and grippy. Big fan of this one. That's the Floral. Next we'll go with sort of the smaller one. So here we have an SD, and this is in A-locks. Again, you can get these in all different colours. You can get them in Celador, like the ones I've got down here. You can get them in A-locks like this, or the Precious A-locks, which is slightly different, sort of pressed. But this A-locks makes it super thin and really easy to carry as a 5th pocket knife, or maybe if you want to put it on your keys, that's pretty much what I would go with a 58mm. You get a nice blade on there. On the back, you get a sort of a nail file and a flat tip screwdriver. Of course, you get the keyring on there too, and then you get the scissors on the back as well, adding to that functionality. Now, are they going to be the best for large jobs? No, but they're not meant for that. It's sort of just need a tool quickly, nice little blade quickly for something, maybe opening a parcel, cutting the threads off anything. Maybe you need to quickly file down your nails if there's a sharp edge or something like that. Perfect for that. And with the A-locks, you can see it's nice and slender, but you do lose the toothpick and tweezers on this one, which you would normally get from an A-locks. And from a Celador, I would say. So speaking of that, this is a rambler, and I've changed the scales on this. I've gone for these, I believe they're the tropic coloured scales. I can't remember the exact name. Sort of semi-translucent. You can get them on many of the SDs. I put these on a rambler. So you can see you get the extra function of loads of different tools. Again, get the nail file, scissors on there as well. This one of course has a keyring, and then you get the toothpick and tweezers on here, which I've changed out for the all black ones. You see they sort of stand out a little bit more on the scales. I think I really prefer how that looks. But again, this is one of the more pricey ones for the 58mm, but you can still pick this up for under 30, and for such versatility and still a slender keychain knife, I think that's absolutely perfect for that. Another one that's really good as well, if you want something slightly different, this is the Midnight Manager. Comes a little LED flashlight. Is it the brightest? No, but it's there for sort of in a pinch situations. Exactly the same tools as the Rambler, and you get the little pen on there too. So there pretty much is a 58mm for everyone. A little bit thicker, of course, it's got the light and the pen on there, but still, it's not a chunky knife. One that's going to be great for most of your day-to-day jobs, doing most of the tasks you could ever want. And one of the reasons I like the Rambler and the Midnight Manager so much is the keyring is the opposite end to the blade, which makes it a lot easier to use. You can think about you've got the keys down here rather than having them up here like they are on the SDs. You can see you've got the keyring tab up by the knife, so the keys are going to be dangling up here, making it sort of top heavy. Whereas you've got these ones, they're down the bottom. Moving up to sort of a 74mm. Now a lot of these are pretty much all discontinued now, which is a shame. But you get some really nice variation to this. So you get like a really nice long pen blade. And this one as well, you get, I believe, nail file on there too. I believe this one is the Ambassador. Nice pair of scissors on there, slightly bigger again than on the 58mm. This one will be a perfect sort of suit pocket or fifth pocket carry knife. Nothing much more you're really going to want out of a Victorinox knife than just what's in that. It's going to be perfect for most people's day-to-days. But you can move up from that. You can go straight up to 91mm one. So this is a Tinker. Yes, now this is going to be an exclusive to SMKW, but you can pick up a Tinker with the red Celador scales for £20 here in the UK, and for that you get an amazing functionality. You're getting the opening layer. By that I mean like a can opener with a flat tip screwdriver. You're getting the large flat tip screwdriver with the wire bender or stripper, and the cap lifter too. You get a nice big long main blade, which is UK legal, 2.7 I believe the entire length of 2.5 cutting. You're also getting pen blade on there as well, so 2 blades, so that's going to last you all day. And you get a punch on the back, and you also get the Phillips, which is a lot more desirable tool for a lot of people, and I understand why. Not many wine bottles come now with cork. A lot of them are sort of a screwed cap, and that's a very useful tool. But that's a 2-layer, so that's one of the slimmest 91mm you can get. I'm a big fan of that one. But you can move up from there. You can look for sort of rarer stuff that's more discontinued. For example, this is the Engineer, I believe this one's called. Picked this one up very recently. It was only made for a French company for a very small amount of time in the 80s, I believe it was. But on this you get a main blade, you get the Engineer's tool, which is a nice small flathead screwdriver. And then you also get the inline Phillips on the front, which is really cool, one of the best tools I think they've ever come up with. And on the other side of that you get the magnifying glass, which is perfect for reading tang stamps on all the knives. If you go to flea markets or if you go to car boot sales, whatever it may be, to pick up stuff, if they're a bit dirty, you can sort of zoom in with these and read what's on them. Let's use this one for an example. So you can bring it up nice and large so you can actually see what it is. But that's the best thing about collecting these. There's so many to get. It never feels like, oh, there's only 5. You complete it and then you're done. The collection sort of not becomes meaningless to you, but once you complete it, the sort of the lust to get them sort of fades off. That's why I love Victorinox. It's just such a wide variety of everything. But moving on from that, you can go to Alox, which is 93mm. Now this is one I got as a gift from Mikey Newman. This is my birth year, 91, and this is a Dutch Army soldier. It's exactly the same as the new Pioneer, just it's called the Soldier back then. See, this one's been used and loved, but there's plenty of blade on there, put a nice edge on it. It's going to get a lot of use to come. It's very sort of basic. It's pretty much like the Spartan of the Alox, apart from you don't get the back tools, and you get a punch instead of a pen blade. Alox, definitely the toughest ones. They come with slightly thicker tools, and even more so back then they had thicker tools again. Just fantastic. You can go for special editions, and this is one of the cheapest special editions. This is the 2022 Swiss Spirit from Victorinox, still available on their website for £40. You have this sort of embossed design somewhere in Switzerland, probably landmarks. I'm not too good with my geography, but you can feel it's a nice texture on this white Alox, and this is a Cadet, and that normally only comes in Alox. But you get exactly the same, the nice stuff on the front, which you're always going to expect from Victorinox. Apologies, I've just cut my nails, probably should have done that after the video. And one of the reasons I love the Cadet, and even more so why it's on the Celador, it makes it thicker, easier to carry in the hand, and you get a nail file on there too, which is perfect. For me, I don't need two blades. I don't need the pen blade and the spear blade, so any sort of, I go for customs, I always ask for a file instead of a pen blade. It's just my sort of, what I prefer. But from that you can go to different colours. So we've got a yellow one down here. This is a Sportsman. So that's an 84mm, which is basically a small Spartan, but you get a nail file instead of a pen blade. Got a Pioneer X here, which is part of their yearly colour collection. This is 2021. It comes in this really sort of vibrant orange. Loads of different colours. You can get yellow, red, brown, silver, grey, black, blue, what you name it, they'll be making it at some point. And the Pioneer X is fantastic. You get scissors on there too, which honestly makes it one of the best 93mm in my opinion. Nice and slender, excellent large scissors on there, nice thick main blade stock, so you're going to get a bit more work out of it than you would do out of the normal one. But excellent again. Sort of a more expensive, definitely now that they're discontinued, part of the collecting the limited editions. This is the Winter Magic 23. So this one's got like a nice mountainous design on it of these pressed A-locks, and this is just a cadet. Nothing special about the pattern, just the covers on there. And now everyone went wild for this, and now on the secondary market they're going up to like £200, $200, and they were 60 brand new. So it swings and roundabouts with it really. You can pick it up new, maybe you're not a huge fan of it, but then maybe down the line you might think, oh, I'd quite like that, but you have to pay a premium for it since it's gone on the secondary market. And then you can go for ones that are really out there, like this one's got a clock on it. You've got sort of your altitude, barometer, timer, alarm, stopwatch, temperature, whatever it may be. Loads of different versatility on this. And this is the Traveller. But you've got main blade, you've got light, you've got a torch on there, inline Phillips screwdriver, you've got scissors, main blade, secondary blade. You get everything you would really want on there. So you've got a pen, you've got a corkscrew screwdriver, a pin, toothpick, tweezers. On the front obviously there's none because of the layout of this, so all the gubbins from inside the clock are inside there, so you can't have them on the front. And you can have ones like this. This is the medium cyber tool, or this is cyber tool light I should say, as you get the light and the magnifying glass on there as well. I mean, look at the functionality of this. You've got different size bit tools on there, and they slot very nicely in there and goes inside the knife. And look, it adds practically a multi-purpose screwdriver to your functionality. And a lot of these are double-ended. This one actually isn't, but every other one is double-ended, and it just sort of comfortably fits in there. The bits aren't going to fall out. Get the plus scales on here as well for the extra functionality. Yes, it's quite chunky, but if you're one that sort of would rather carry one tool rather than like 50 different ones, these are definitely for you. And while we're on the verge of chunky, I mean, this is the XLT. This is 11 layers. I did a video of this the other day. It's a bit much for me. Like, I'm never going to carry this. It's way too big. But if you want everything all on one, I mean, this is definitely the one for you. Got pliers, inline screwdriver, mag glass, bit driver with bits. You've got a stirrer, the sheep's foot, an electrician's blade, and the pruner blade. Another one that's absolutely fantastic. Moving on, let's have a look at some customs. So these were done by Dan at Blade Bridge Customs, and this is Kieranite. It's like a teal Kieranite with stone-washed tools. This is just a tinker, but for me, it sort of elevates the tinker to that next level with these stone-washed tools. So you just get the two blades in there as well. And on the back you get the punch and the Phillips driver, but that Kieranite with the exposed brass pins really makes it for me. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at the colours on that. Another one that's done. This is actually a prototype for Sharp Show here coming up in a couple of weeks. This is the black Kieranite we sort of chose for the customs, between the collab between me and him. So it's got brass liners, exposed pins on a brass frame. And you can even have like the blades etched and different things. You've got Blade Bridge Customs on the front there, and my logo on the back. You can do whatever you want with these. They're easy to take apart, easy to make your own sort of designs. And this is a tourist, one that's discontinued, but you can bring them back by combining ones to make ones that you don't have. Or you can just go flat out all entire custom, which is what this one here is. Now this is an 84mm. I've put plus scales on it from Tech and Messer, which is my Carter. Got black toothpick and tweezers, got the pen blade in there, corkscrew, and this is carbon fibre outer liners with a brass liner running through the middle. And this isn't an actual pattern or any design. It's basically, we have scissors, main blade, and a file. That's that's the tools I use the most, and that's all I wanted on this one. This is one I carry a lot. And the 84mm scissors as well are quite exclusive at the moment. They're quite hard to get hold of. So again, another one that's going to be, another thing that's going to be good to do to get collections going, making your own customs. If you're an outdoorsy person, if you like doing things while you're out and about, you can have things like this, which is the 111. Now this is a liner lock, so not legal to carry in the UK unless you've got a reason for it. But look at the size of the blade you get on this, and being one blade, it's really comfortable. Now this would be a perfect kitchen knife for like a camp bag or anything. One blade, simple to clean, just rinse it out, that's all you need. Liner lock, locking the blade up, you get a half stop, and you get the toothpick and tweezers in there as well. Now you can get these which are one hand open. It does add like a bit of a mound to the back here with like a hole, bit like a Spyderco. But honestly, I prefer the nail nick and the shape of the spear blade without that. That's why I went for this one. Maybe you'd like to carry a lock-in blade more. This one is the Trailmaster, so you're getting a main blade on there too. You're getting all the sort of tools you would expect. You get a saw on here as well. And you get the Phillips screwdriver on the back. I mean, there's something for everyone. Doesn't matter whether you like a large knife, small knife, vintage knife, for example. This is one I got from Blade in Wales, Tony's Ponies. He gave this to me as a gift. This is a 1950s small camper. Now, they don't make this anymore. They haven't done for years and years and years. You can see you've got the clip blade on here. It's 84mm, no keyring tab. You've got the tang stamp here, which shows its age. Now, I'm a big fan of these older ones. So that's what I tend to go for. If I can pick up an older one of something I've got, I'll sell the new one, I'll move the new one on, I'll give it as a gift. It's just my preference. I love the fact that you've got the triangle punch here on the front instead of having it on the side as like they do with the new ones. I think that's fantastic. Or even if you're a military guy, you can pick up these military ones. This is a German army knife by Victorinox. So you get the main blade with Victorinox on there. You can see it's used. The tip was snapped. I had to reprofile that in a repair video I did on this. You also get like a combo tool here. You get this little cover that goes over the top, so you can use the combo tool at the end, or you can take this off and you've got a really nice aggressive saw. And these things have absolutely killer snap. Honestly, like bear trap snap on these. Punch and corkscrew on the back as well. Really durable nylon handle with grips. This is what I mean. There's just something for everyone. Anybody can get into Victorinox and enjoy what they're collecting. We don't all have to like the same things, which is why the knife hobby is so great. There's so many different variety of patterns. You can even go real extreme and take one of the new companions, which isn't a cheap model to start with. They're up in the £70 mark, and send it off and get it customized. And Dan went all out on this one. I even put like a custom etched blade on it. That's why I love these. You can do whatever you want pretty much with any of them. But I'm a big fan of Victorinox Swiss Army knives. You guys know that. If you're a big fan of my channel, you know I've been collecting these for a long time and I've got a huge collection of them. But I hope you enjoyed this, I don't know, just chat about Victorinox and about why I love them and the different sort of functionality between these knives. I hope you managed to take something from this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up. Please like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Handles worn down, but time's cold grip. Mac lives life with a